Mike Rowe stressed the importance of blue-collar jobs at the Energy and Tech Summit in Pittsburgh. Watch this.
We've been telling kids for 15 years to code. Learn to code, we said. Yeah, well, AI is coming for the coders. They're not coming for the welders. They're not coming for the plumbers. They're not coming for the steam fitters or the pipe fitters or the HVAC. They're not coming for the electricians.
Mike Rowe joins me now in living color right there on the screen, right-hand side of the screen. There, that's Mike Rowe. Okay, is AI only going after white-collar jobs? There's no impact from AI on plumbers, electricians, welders, that kind of thing? Not at all?
Stuart, you're really not going to respond to the fact that I was in a suit and tie? I really expected something, something dramatic from you. I mean, look, I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm very aware that since I started mikeroweWorks 17 years ago, I've been hearing about this unholy alliance between the robots and the tech that's going to mess up the blue-collar world. We're not seeing it. Those jobs now suddenly feel and look more secure than a lot of traditional white-collar jobs. So that's not exactly headline news, but it does feel like it's a sort of a new revelation. The big news, from my perspective, is that I was there in the room a couple of days ago with the president and 35 CEOs all over the country. Stuart, these guys pledged $92 billion to unleash more energy in Pennsylvania, to build data centers, which are basically AI factories. And they invited me, I guess, just to see if I had a suit that wasn't made of rubber, but also to remind the crowd, honestly, we got 7.5 million open positions right now that we can't fill, including 500,000 in manufacturing. So there is another component to the conversation. You've been very generous with your time over the years and letting me go on and on about it. But I do think we've come to a mission critical point regarding workforce.
Well, you've got 7 million unfilled positions in trades. I presume, I'd like you to tell me if I'm right or not, that the trade schools are exploding, taking on a lot more students. Is that true?
Well, look, anecdotally, I can tell you that in South Dakota, where we helped launch a campaign a few years ago called Build Dakota, they have 4 trade schools in the entirety of the state. All of them are at maximum capacity. Now, we might have a different story to tell in Texas or in Pennsylvania. It's difficult to paint with too broad a brush, but in general, yeah, the memo has gone out and a lot of Gen Z has read it, and they've concluded that starting their careers 150 grand in the hole with a degree that confers upon them all the knowledge that comes with a major that they can actually use is a bad bet. And so people are looking at 6-figure jobs in welding and electricians. And Larry Fink, literally the guy that runs BlackRock, he's running $12 trillion. He told the audience that within his portfolio, they see a shortage of 500,000 electricians. So this is a giant conversation to have, and it's kind of awkward to have it in a room where people are celebrating the creation of jobs, because fundamentally I'm kind of a Debbie Downer on this, in the sense that I'm saying that won't do it. We also need to create enthusiasm for the jobs that we're creating.
That's what I wanted to get to. Is there still lingering stigma against blue-collar jobs? Because that was certainly true a few years ago when I first came to this country. I mean, everybody wanted to go to college, get a white-collar job, and look down on the blue-collar guys. Is that still prevalent?
I think so, because you can't flip a switch, right? There's a realization, but then there's action. And somewhere in between, it's kind of like sugar. You know, I think most people got the memo. Sugar is probably not good for us, right? We eat 300 pounds of it a year. We used to eat 2 pounds 200 years ago. So we know it, but we haven't quite adapted to the reality of our knowledge. We know there's 7.5 million open jobs. We know that we've been telling kids for decades that the best path for the most people is the most expensive path, and that was a bright and shining lie that led to $1.7 trillion in student debt and astronomical tuition rates from sea to shining sea. We know it, but we haven't quite owned it. We're about to.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pivotal point right now. We're about to go in the other way. It seems to me, you're on the inside of this, but it seems to me it's a pivotal point that we've reached. Mike Rowe, I could go on with you all day long because you've got a really good voice. And,
well, if only I had something to say, Stuart.
Oh, yeah, you've got a lot to say, and we appreciate it, and we like it. So, Mike Rowe, we'll see you again soon. Good luck, guys.
Thanks, Stuart.